The Basilica of St. Mary of the Altar of Heaven is a titular basilica in Rome, located on the highest summit of the Campidoglio. It is still the designated church of the City Council of Rome, which uses the ancient title of Senatus Populus Romanus. The present cardinal priest of the titulus Sancta Maria de Ara Coeli is Salvatore de Giorgi. The shrine is known for housing relics belonging to Saint Helena, mother of Emperor Constantine, various minor relics from the Holy Sepulchre, the canonically crowned image of Santa Maria di Ara Coeli on the high altar, and the Santo Bambino of Ara Coeli. History. Originally the church was named Sancta Maria in Capitolio, since it was sited on the Capitoline Hill of ancient Rome. By the 14th century it had been renamed. A medieval legend included in the mid-12th century Guide to Rome, Mirabilia Urbis Roma, claimed that the church was built over in Augusta Nara Primogeniti Dei, in the place where the Tiburtine Sibyl prophesied to Augustus the coming of the Christ. For this reason the figures of Augustus and of the Tiburtine Sibyl are painted on either side of the arch above the high altar. A later legend substituted an apparition of the Virgin Mary. In the Middle Ages, condemned criminals were executed at the foot of the steps. There the self-proclaimed tribune and reviver of the Roman Republic Coeli di Rienzo met his death near the spot where his statue commemorates him. In the History of Money, anthropologist Jack Weatherford goes into some detail about the church's previous incarnation as the Temple of Juno Monitor, on the ox, after whom money is named. According to Roman historians, in the 4th century BC, the irritated honking of the sacred geese around Juno's temple on Capitoline Hill warned the people of an impending night attack by the Gauls, who were secretly scaling the walls of the citadel. From this event, the goddess acquired the surname Juno Monitor, from Latin monere. As patroness of the state, Juno Monitor presided over various activities of the state, including the primary activity of issuing money. From monitor came the modern English words mint and money, and, ultimately, from the Latin word meaning warning. Today, the site of the Temple of Juno Monitor, the source of the great stream of Roman currency, has given way to the ancient brick church of Santa Maria in Ara Coeli. Centuries ago, church architects incorporated the ruins of the ancient temple into the new building. The church is also thought to have replaced the auguraculum, the seat of the augurs. The foundation of the church was laid on the site of a Byzantine abbey mentioned in 574. Many buildings were built around the first church. In the upper part they gave rise to a cloister, while on the slopes of the hill a little quarter and a market grew up. Remains of these buildings, such as the little church of San Biagio de Mercato and the underlying Insula Romana, were discovered in the 1930s. At first, the church followed the Greek Rite, a sign of the power of the Byzantine exarch. Taken over by the papacy by the 9th century, the church was given first to the Benedictines, then, by papal bull, to the Franciscans in 1249–1250. Under the Franciscans it received its Romanesque Gothic aspect. The arches that divide the nave from the aisles are supported on columns, no two precisely alike, scavenged from Roman ruins. During the Middle Ages, this church became the center of the religious and civil life of the city, in particular during the Republican experience of the 14th century, when Coeli di Rienzo inaugurated the monumental stairway of 124 steps in front of the church, designed in 1348 by Simone Andreozzi, on the occasion of the Black Death. In 1571, Santa Maria in Ara Coeli hosted the celebrations honoring Marcantonio Colonna after the victorious Battle of Lepanto over the Turkish fleet. Marking this occasion, the compartmented ceiling was gilded and painted to thank the Blessed Virgin for the victory. In 1797, with the Roman Republic, the basilica was deconsecrated and turned into a stable. Interior. The original unfinished facade has lost the mosaics and subsequent frescoes that originally decorated it. save a mosaic in the tympanum of the main door, one of 3 doors that are later additions. The Gothic window is the main detail that tourists can see from the bottom of the stairs, but it is the sole truly Gothic detail of the church. The church is built as a nave and 2 aisles that are divided by Roman columns, all different, taken from diverse antique monuments. Among its numerous treasures are Pinturicchio's 15th-century frescoes depicting the life of Saint Bernardino of Siena in the Bufalini Chapel, the first chapel on the right. Other features are the wooden ceiling, the inlaid cosmatesque floor, a transfiguration painted on wood by Girolamo Cicciolante da Sermonetta, the tombstone of Giovanni Crivelli by Donatello, the tomb of Cecchino dei Bracci, designed by his friend Michelangelo, and works by other artists like Pietro Cavallini, Benozzo Gozzoli and Giulio Romano. It houses also a Madonna and a sepulchral monument by Arnolfo di Cambio in the transept. The church was also famous in Rome for the wooden statue of the Santo Bambino of Ara Coeli, carved in the 15th century of olive wood coming from the Guedes main garden and covered with valuable ex-votos. Many people of Rome believed in the power of this statue. It had been taken by the French in 1797, was later recovered, yet stolen again in February 1994. A copy was made from Guedes main wood, which is now displayed in its own chapel by the sacristy. At midnight mass on Christmas Eve, the image is brought out to a throne before the high altar and unveiled at the Gloria. Until Epiphany, the jewel-encrusted image resides in the nativity crib in the left nave. The relics of Saint Helena, mother of Constantine the Great, are housed at Santa Maria in Ara Coeli, as are the remains of Saint Juniper, one of the original followers of Saint Francis of Assisi. Pope Honorius IV and Queen Catherine of Bosnia are also buried in the church. The tablet with the monogram of Jesus that Saint Bernardino of Siena used to promote devotion to the holy name of Jesus is kept in Ara Coeli. Burials: Catherine of Bosnia, Bosnian Queen. Pope Honorius IV. Saint Juniper, one of the original followers of Saint Francis of Assisi. Giulio Salvadori. The poet tomb is within the church.